outside the window.
My hands are right here. I'm honestly afraid to get out. Can I?
Yeah, you should be. Get out.
Am I being detained? Yeah, you are. For what?
Hey, yo.
Hey.
Go ahead, look at it. No, don't hate me. Look at it.
This was the moment that these dumb cops realized that they just arrested a former FBI agent.
No, get off me, dude. Get off me, dude.
These are one in a million moments when dumb cops accidentally arrest FBI agents. Starting with former U.S. Air Force Special Agent Anton Laganoff getting pulled over for a minor inconvenience.
How you doing, sir?
Good.
All right.
What's up?
Deputy Troy with the Sheriff's Office. The reason
Okay.
I'm stopping you is your plate's obstructed. Whatever that thing's got, you got to take it off, okay?
Okay.
It's got to be visible within a certain distance.
Anton thinks that he was just getting pulled over for a friendly reminder to fix up his license plate, which would help him not get into trouble in the future.
Now, when you went to driving school and a cop pulls you over, what they tell you?
Oh, you pull over when it's safe to do.
No, you pull over immediately. Okay? Let me tell you this. And now, you pull over immediately
Sure.
because I don't know what you're doing inside this car.
Sure. Yeah.
Hiding guns, you know what I mean? Officer safety is number one. When you keep rolling, it makes it go to from like just the routine deal to
Yeah, I
like.
just didn't want to stop right there in the road where there's nowhere to pull over.
Yeah, well, I initially turned on right when you were in front of that little
I
store.
wanted to get sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so you know what I mean?
During their conversation, the sheriff repeatedly brings up that Anton did not immediately pull over. The officer claims that the moment that the lights are flashing and the siren is on, he should have pulled over. But according to traffic law, that isn't necessarily the case. See, the proper procedure is to pull the vehicle over whenever it is safe. Otherwise, you risk the chance of impairing and endangering other drivers on the road. Anton decides to take the lecture in stride, likely to try and minimize confrontations since he's undercover. But even after giving him an incorrect driving lesson, the officer is still on the lookout for something to blame Anton for, and he eventually finds it.
What do you got right there up front?
Oh, that's a siren. I contract. I do contract security.
You contract
So
security?
some of the work requires to have a siren.
A siren?
Yeah, this used to be a detective.
Yeah.
Yeah, so some of the, I've contracted with just about every security.
Anton tries to save himself by explaining that the sirens are because he works as a special security officer. However, this reasoning still doesn't help his case. It's already rare enough for security officers to have their own sirens, but the ones attached to his vehicle are red and blue, which is only reserved for emergency vehicles. In any regular scenario, this is more than enough reason for the officer to make an arrest, but the cops will soon discover there is much more to this story.
Go ahead, step out, man. No weapons or anything like that?
Nah.
All right, I'm going to take you out like this just to check, okay? Go fist that one for me. Put that down for now. So I'm going to put these on for now, okay? So who issued this to you?
My former employer.
Your former employer? So you used to work for the FBI at one point?
I've contracted with the Department of Justice and the FBI and other.
Here in
Reno.
After realizing the true identity of the man before them, both cops immediately let Anton go. Thankfully for Anton, this was no harm, no foul. An honest mistake that was solved with a bit of communication. But for other FBI agents, the same can't be said, because sometimes dumb cops escalate things a bit too much when attempting to make an arrest.
917, what's going on? Yeah, 917, what's going on?
These two officers from Columbus, Ohio are responding to a 911 call about an attempted robbery. After arriving on scene, they're met face to face with this man right here, James Burke, who immediately identifies himself as a federal agent. But the cops aren't so easily convinced, and it doesn't take long for things to get heated.
Hey, turn around, let me see your hands. Turn around, let me see your hands. Okay, let me see your hands. I need to see some ID. Get on the ground! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now!
I'm a federal agent.
917-110-3.
I'm a federal agent.
Get on the ground! Why wouldn't you show me your ID when I got here? Don't move forward.
You didn't ask for it.
Get on the ground. We'll figure it out.
Not getting on the ground.
Well, then stay where you're at.
I'll stay where I'm at.
Fine. Why do you got to make this harder than it is? We got a call that someone's impersonating a police officer out here who doesn't have ID.
No kidding, because she doesn't want to open it.
Okay, get on the ground so I can find out who you are.
It ain't happening.
Okay, fine. Fine.
Chopper.
Get on the ground.
I'm not getting on it.
Chopper things.
Sir!
Get on the ground.
Face down on the ground. Face down now!
Face down!
Despite stating multiple times that he is a federal agent, Agent Burke is constantly cut off by the police officers while being ordered to get on the ground. So Agent Burke decides the best course of action is to just cooperate. But even then, it gets much worse before it gets any better.
All the way. My ID's right here, left pocket.
Put your arm behind your back. Do not resist.
You're
acting like a moron.
I'm not. Would you please get my ID out of my left pocket? I'm begging you. Sir, please get my federal creds. No, don't do that, please. Sir, let me tase you. No, I'm gonna. Ow, don't do that. Okay, here. My God! It is cuffed! Please stop!
Who the heck do you think you are acting like this?
Nobody! I wanted you to see my goddamn creds! The lady was freaking out, for Christ's sake!
Get in the car!
Sir, I'm just trying to do my job.
Just get in the car! Why would you make us do this?
I didn't want you to. I wanted that. Wait.
No, you knew what you were doing.
Sir, calm down. Sir, wait.
You had your chance.
No, I was trying to give you my creds. You didn't let me show them to
Never
you.
once tried.
You might be wondering, why didn't he just grab his ID? Well, in a hostile situation like this one, the worst thing that a suspect can do is reach into their pockets. To an officer, this may look like the suspect is reaching for a weapon, and it may result in the police increasing use of force. But after a bit of a scuffle, officers finally give Agent Burke a chance to explain himself.
If he's here to work a warrant by himself, there's something strange about that too.
Something about it. Got info with her wife. Her husband bought a shotgun or something. He was here to follow up on some shotgun purchase.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's N58 or I don't know.
Who knows?
Turns out Agent Burke was at a house to retrieve a shotgun from a guy who bought one but wasn't permitted to actually own a firearm. A relatively common task for an ATF agent, but it isn't until Agent Burke's superiors arrive on scene does the story finally seem concrete.
Oh, that sure would have made it easier.
Well, no, if I'd have reached for it, I didn't even realize I had it on.
Ultimately, the Columbus police officers realized their mistake. Agent Burke's identity was verified through multiple sources, and eventually things were cleared up.
You want me to turn the camera off?
Let's turn our cameras off.
But this next case truly takes the cake for some of the dumbest cops in history. But unlike the last two, this FBI agent was not going to let him off easy.
My ID's in my back pocket. Watch how funny this is. Go ahead, look at it. No, don't hate me. Look at it. Oh, what does that say?
Fucked up.
What does that say? Oh.
Wrong guy.
Oh.
Wrong guy.
Oh my God! No, get the fuck off me, dude!
Back in June 2020, amidst the widespread racial inequality protests all around the U.S., two police officers from Rochester, Minnesota approached this man outside a local bar. They are on the lookout for a suspect with an arrest warrant, and they assume that this man is him.
Why are you harassing me? You're assuming I'm someone I'm not.
Okay, if you're not, then
No.
you're not free to go. Okay.
Am I being detained?
Yeah, you are.
For what?
Because I think you have a warrant.
You think?
Yeah.
That's an illusion. That's an illusion. You think?
All right. Stand up, your hands down.
Although the man protests multiple times, assuring the officers that he isn't who they're looking for, the cops don't listen and instead try to proceed with an arrest.
You guys are not gonna try to manhandle me first. I'm not under arrest. I didn't do nothing. I'm not standing up front, girl. Listen, I'm not under arrest. I don't have a warrant. I don't have any officers. Hey yo! Hey, officer! No. Go ahead. Matter of fact, look at my ID.
The situation takes a sudden turn after the officers start searching his person for his ID, and when they read what's on the card, they're shocked to say the very least.
My ID's in my back pocket. Watch how funny this is. Go ahead, look at it. No, don't hate me. Look at it. Oh, what does that say?
Fucked up.
What does that say? Oh.
Wrong guy.
Oh.
Wrong guy.
Oh my God! No, get the fuck off me, dude! Get off me, dude!
After verifying that he's an FBI agent, the officers release him from the cuffs. But after a sloppy arrest like that, this agent's got a lot to say, and he's not afraid to lay it all out on the table.
Matter of fact, I need our cards. I need your supervisor over here. Call your supervisor. Call your supervisor. Call your supervisor over here. You guys are the stupidest motherfuckers I ever met in my life. I need your guys' supervisors right here. Supervisor. Sir, can you please come here? Are you the supervisor? These guys are racially profiling me. They assume I'm someone that I'm not. I told them I'm not who they think I am. And they said, nope, you are. I'm positive you are. So, I need their cards. I need your card. I need your card. Okay, I would like your card as well.
Yep, you can have my card.
And I'm going to follow the report on you and you. Because you guys are all stupid. You guys are the dumbest motherfuckers I ever met in my life.
See y'all later. You're glad? Why, bro?
You guys really work?
This motherfucker.
Is that how you guys work nowadays? You assume someone is someone and that's it? That's all you guys need? Yeah? Oh my God, what is America came to?
But what all three of these cases have in common is that the agent ends up scot-free. This next incident, however, is completely different because the cops aren't making a mistake, but rather a life-saving arrest.
Richard, step up. Step up. All right.
What is going on? What is going on?
This shocking police body cam footage from July 2021 shows the moments leading up to the arrest of former FBI agent Richard Trask. According to police reports, Richard was the lead investigator on Michigan's largest kidnapping conspiracy case. It was said that there was a group of suspects that had plans to grab Governor Whitmer while she was staying at her vacation home in Michigan's Western District, but Richard will never get to see this case through because of this incident, where he decides to abandon his morals and his loyalty to the law and lay a hand on his wife.
Aggravated domestic? Yeah, with strangulation. We don't know if he's armed. She's got a pretty good laceration on the side of her head. She's got strangulation marks around her neck.
Sheriff's office. Sheriff's office. Anybody in?
Trask, T-R-A-S-K, and first name of Richard.
It's said that after the couple arrived home from a swingers party, they argued, with things getting so intense that Richard resorts to violence, grabbing her head and smashing it against the nightstand. The wife fortunately manages to escape his grasp long enough to call the cops. Meanwhile, Richard is running from the consequences that he knows are coming. He takes his wife's car and bolts, but no one can escape the law for long.
Yeah. Richard, step up. What? Step up. All right. Turn around. Stand your hands back.
What is going on?
Any weapons on you?
No.
Okay, where are your guns at?
At the house?
At the house, you have none with you though?
No.
Go ahead and take them. Get a statement.
Following his arrest, Richard was charged with 1 count of assault with intent to do great bodily harm, less than murder. He enters into a no-contest plea, but even after everything Richard's done, his arrest was still relatively peaceful. In all of these cases, although dumb cops made the wrong arrests, no one ended up getting hurt in the process. But the same can't be said about Caron Nazario, an Army sergeant who was attacked by cops while still in uniform.
Oh, hold on. What's going on? Hold on.
Air Force. Get out of the car!
Officers Joe Gutierrez and Daniel Crocker pulled over Caron Nazario after noticing that his SUV had tinted windows and that he didn't have a license plate at the back of his car. But rather than approaching him calmly, both officers decided to take a much more aggressive approach right off the bat. Listen closely to what the officers say to him as they're trying to get him out of the car. It's disturbing to say the very least.
Driver, roll the window down!
Felony traffic stop.
Put your hands out the window! Let me see your hands! How many occupants are in the vehicle?
What's going on?
How many occupants are in your vehicle?
It's only myself. Why are your weapons drawn? What's going on?
Open the door slowly and step out!
Keep your hands outside the window.
My hands are right here. What's going on?
Get out of the car now.
Get out of the car!
I'm serving this country and this is how I'm treated?
Yo, what? Guess what? I'm a veteran too. I don't obey.
That's
Get
not-
out of the car.
What's going on?
What's going on? You're fixing to ride the lightning, son.
I'm sorry, what?
Sir, just get out the car! Work with us and we'll talk to you. Get out the car!
You received an order. Obey it.
I'm honestly afraid to get out. Can I?
Yeah, you
ask
should
what's
be.
going on?
Get out.
Get your hands.
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
Get your hands off me,
Get out
please. Get your hands off me.
You know what?
Get your hands off me. Hold on. Watch it.
Air Force. He's deployed.
Get out of the car.
The pepper spray directly hit Caron in the eyes. Not to mention, one of the officers struck the sergeant in the knees to get him in cuffs. Both of these could lead to injury, so EMS are called on scene to provide medical service. But even as he's getting taken care of, one of the officers can't seem to give him even a moment of peace.
Then refuse to get out. And when you told him to get out, try to take it out.
Keep your handcuffs on you for their sake.
Can you please take your cuffs off me? There's nothing going on. There's nothing wrong. Come on. This is
Obviously there is because you wouldn't comply with us. All we did is ask you to get out of the car. And you refused.
said, no, I'm not getting out of the car.
I was asking what was going on. My hands out the window.
And we told you it was a traffic stop, and you refused to comply. We'd be done by now.
Your
It was a simple traffic.
were drawn
It's
to
a simple
Carone.
traffic violation.
Mr. Rosario, look, you want to stop in a well-lit area because you're nervous.
Yes.
The whole BLM movement, you're probably nervous and all that. They feel the same way. They're nervous for their jobs and their lives. I get where you're coming from. They get where you're coming from.
Driving all the way down here. First of all, you passed a well-lit parking lot there, but okay, you felt more comfortable here, okay? Coming here was not the problem. That was not the problem. The problem is when you refuse to get out of the car. Okay? You refuse to get out of the car. When we got here and you stepped out of the car, I can promise you, this would have been over by now.
And if that whole incident wasn't bad enough to make things worse, there was an unexpected guest that had to witness that entire thing from the car.
You alright if I pop the trunk? Hey, pup. Hey, pup.
Is that a blue nose?
Yeah.
Gorgeous songs.
Thank you.
Okay, do me a favor. Go ahead and have a seat on your bumper right there, okay? I don't want you to fall down. I don't want you to hold on. So just relax right there.
Slowly but surely, the officers start to realize the error of their ways, and they try to justify and explain their actions to the sergeant, but the damage is already done.
So, let's go all the way back to square one, okay? I turned around on you at Food Line. I actually came out of Cost Plus, and I came up behind you.
I saw you before you turned.
And you had no tags displayed. I see it, but per the law, it has to be in the license plate bracket. I understand it's paper, and I understand why it's there.
Yes.
But at that time, I had no idea. I didn't know that you had a vehicle registration until I approached your car. And at that point, I was too busy dealing with you to deal with the tag. All this was going to be was, hey man, I stopped you. You didn't have a tag. You got your driver's license. I'd have ran you, and you'd have been on your way. Okay? What would have been a 2-minute traffic stop turned into all this.
As I was telling him, you know, I've pulled over to well-lit areas before, and I've never looked out the window and saw a gun blazing immediately.
So the reason we did that is because we followed you for 1.5 miles with lights and sirens on, and you didn't pull over. I understand you want to get to a well-lit area, a well-lit area. I get that. But when we follow you that long, look at the climate this day, and against everybody, against us, against y'all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not out to hurt you, and I know you don't want to hurt me. That's not what it's about. What it's about is making sure that everybody goes home at the end of the day.
But whether or not they're actually apologetic, that's unknown, especially after this officer says this one line.
The military is the only place where double jeopardy exists legally. Because whatever we do to him, the Army can turn around and jam him for the same thing. I don't want to see that happen. You're obviously a second lieutenant. You ain't been in very long. But if you plan on making this a career or even 6 years or whatever, it's up to you. I don't care. There's no need getting this on your record.
Carone filed a lawsuit shortly after this incident where he sought at least $1 million in damages from Officer Daniel Crocker and for the court to rule that both the officers had violated his Fourth Amendment rights. The jury awarded him less than $4,000 in court. The then Attorney General of Virginia, Mark R. Herring, also sued the town of Windsor where the incident took place. He alleged that the officers of the Windsor Police Department discriminated against Carone for the color of his skin. Both officers were cleared of criminal wrongdoings following the case, with only Joe Gutierrez being kicked off the force.